Hello again. Today I'm going to quickly show a few examples, how to creatively add life to your beats using FlyTape 2. Example 1. Use FlyTape 2 to improve your mix. FlyTape 2 has many great effects that can be applied to your mix. For example, I have a drum loop loaded in Koala sampler within AUM, using 2 instances of FlyTape 2. Tapping the hold button enables you to latch onto one or multiple effects at once. And the mix slider adjusts the dry and wet mix of the effect. I created 2 instances of FlyTape 2. One instance with saturation, and the second instance with lo-fi. I did this to have more control over the mix, instead of having one instance of FlyTape 2, with 2 different effects. There is no right or wrong way of doing this, it will all depend on your preference and workflow. Let's dial in the mix and have a listen. Example 2. Use FlyTape 2 to sample tape noise. FlyTape 2 has a noise slider that introduces tape noise character into the audio. You can simply turn up the slider to introduce the noise, or you can sample it for further manipulation. Here in Beatmaker 3, I will sample the tape noise, then apply it to the track, and also adjust the pitch. I'll also hold and apply FlyTape 2's warble effect, then add sidechain compression. This is one example on how you can apply the tape noise, but I encourage you to try out and implement new ideas. Example 3. Creative FlyTape 2 live performance setups. FlyTape 2 can be used in a variety of different ways, in a live performance scenario. Here I will show you one example of a unique setup using 2 instances of FlyTape 2, along with Chompler, and 2 MIDI controllers within AUM. Here on the first channel, I have a beat loaded with 2 instances of FlyTape 2. Instead of manually changing the variation of effects, I've selected one variation of an effect on one instance of FlyTape 2, and a different variation of the same effects on the second instance of FlyTape 2. Now all I had to do was configure my MIDI controller to control and trigger both instances of FlyTape 2. It's also worth mentioning, the MIDI controller is being used wirelessly, via Bluetooth. Here on the second channel, I have Chompler loaded, set up and ready to use with a separate MIDI controller. Chompler has a variety of samples and sounds, built in within the app. I've loaded one of the vocal sound packs, to implement within my live performance set. Champler also has a built-in effects panel, which I also use to tweak the sound further. I hope you learned something new today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Hand me that ox cord.